I welcome you to Faith Issues, organized by Catholic Diocese of Nsukka Social Communication Department. And today we are going to reflect on the readings of Tuesday in the second week of Advent, taken from Isaiah 40 verses 1 to 11, the responsorial psalm, Psalm 95, and then the gospel reading from the Gospel according to Matthew chapter 18 verses 12 to 14. And we are going to title this reflection, Making Way for God in Our Lives. Ever since man left his relationship with God because of sin, God has not abandoned man. He has continued to search for him, to reconcile him to himself, and to console man. Like a shepherd and a good shepherd, as we saw in the gospel reading, he has continued to look for the lost and dejected man. And in this Advent season, he has sent his only Son to look for man. And as we are sinners that God is in search of, what are we to do at this particular season? The first reading from the book of Prophet Isaiah tells us the way forward. And this is by making way for God. How do we make this way for God? The prophet tells us that in order for God to locate us, we have to make the way first by filling the valleys in our lives. These valleys could be those hollow things, those things that are lacking in us, that are not the way, at the level they should be. It could be our spiritual life, our prayerful life. It could be our unforgiving spirit, and so on and so forth. And what are we going to do if we want to fill this valley? We need good deeds as the sand, as the gravel that we need to use in filling the valley. When we apply these good deeds, we make up what is lacking in us. Secondly, it tells us we must level the mountains. We must cut them down. These mountains could be those things that are blocking our view, that are blocking God from locating us. It could be our selfishness, it could be our ego, it could be our pride, and so on and so forth. What we need to do is to remove and put these things down and implement. Necessary for doing this is humility. And if we apply this, we'll find out that God will see through and then locate us. And finally, it tells us to straighten the paths. Some of our paths are not straight enough, and this could be implied in our lives that are not straightforward. The life not expected of us as Christians. It could be our dishonesty, it could be our insincerity, not living up to expectations. At this moment of Advent, we are called upon, as God is trying to locate us, to straighten this path, remove them. Whether it's your bad habit, your evil life, then we apply the necessary deeds as good Christians that we should do, that God may be able to see us. He has desire that none of his children may be lost. May we make ourselves available at this Advent season to locate God and to reconcile ourselves to him. Peace be with you.